to who made the runoff, former Sheriff Lupe Valdez from Dallas County, are one of our neighbors. So without further ado, Sheriff.
Good afternoon. Oh, you all are so kind. Thank you. Hey, Gwyneth. You all are so kind. Thank you. Thank you. As you well know, I was the sheriff of Dallas County for about 13 years. And the neat thing is, during that whole time, I was the only Latina sheriff in the whole nation. So, but there's always something good about everything. When I went to a conference, there was never a line for the women's bathroom. I could just go right in, and there was never any issue, you know, because it was. But in the 50s and 60s, I was in junior high school, and the student teacher pulled me aside, and he said, "I think you're college material, and you should go to college." But he said, "But you have to go across town to high school, and you'll have a better chance." So I said, okay, and so I struggled with my folks and finally decided that I would take a bus every morning and go clear across town to the high school across town. And it took me a little while to figure out why, when it rained, I was the only one with muddy shoes. You see, I came from a neighborhood which later I found out the poorest zip code in San Antonio, had no sidewalks, no paved streets, nothing like that. So when it rained, you saw puddles and mud, and as a little girl, here you are trying to jump these puddles that are as big as you are, and somehow I never managed to do the jump all the way through. I always managed to get my shoes all muddy. But when I got to school, which was in a very affluent neighborhood, nobody else had to wipe off their shoes because their neighborhoods had sidewalks and paved streets. You know, and I'm real thankful to that teacher. By the way, I love teachers. You know, I think education, I'm not even going to go into that because education is one of the areas where we really need help. In Texas, this is one of the few things that the state has to do, and yet we're 43rd. Well, we're not, you're going to hear my speech on that soon, but we do need some help there. And so one of the things that I'm very grateful for is that I had a chance. I did pretty decent. I had an opportunity. I'm a Democrat because I want to be able to give that opportunity to everyone. I want to be able to give that opportunity to as many people as possible. We all know darn well that not everybody will take advantage of that, but we at least got to provide it so that they can have a chance. I have a problem with people who say, I got mine, too bad for you. I got mine, sorry about your health care, sorry about your education, sorry about your job. I have a problem with people who do that. I think it should be, I got mine, now let's try and make a road for the others. We're in a day and age where it seems to be the post-truth era. Everything you hear in the media and the internet and all of that just seems to be, the wall is pink. Okay, the wall is pink, and everything just seems to be whatever that person chooses it to be. And I have a problem with people who do that and try to force you to think their way. Now, I'm a strong believer in the Second Amendment, and I know there's some issues there. I've been in law enforcement for 42 years, so of course I like the Second Amendment. Yet, I also think that anybody who cannot handle their disagreement with other than violence should never be allowed to handle a weapon. We need to have measuring sticks that tell us, you know, this person, in law enforcement, when somebody starts misbehaving or starts doing an issue, they're brought in. Are you fit to carry that gun? You need to go see this person, or you need to go do this. Are you fit? And yet, we don't do the same for hundreds of people that are out there who can get any gun they want. Look, I'm not against the Second Amendment, but I am against stupidity. You know, even today, our children are out there marching. Today, they're marching for life. You know, it shouldn't take our children to tell us what we need to do. We are the adults. We are the responsible human beings. We should be taking care of them, not them having to tell us. Don't you think it's time for change? Yes, we think it's time for change, and the change needs to start right here in Texas. I definitely think it's a time for change. I understand. We disagree. We're Democrats. I'm sure you've had several discussions back and forth, and no, we don't want that. Yes, we want this. We're human beings. We disagreed. When I was sheriff, I couldn't get 6 chiefs to agree on where we're going to lunch. You know, we disagree. We have different tastes, and I understand that. But the American democracy was meant to iron out these differences, and it wasn't meant for it to be done with hate and anger and destruction of the other side. That was never meant to happen. This is what we need to do a change starting in Texas. We as politicians are here to serve people, and we need to serve them in a decent manner. By the way, the last legislative session, oh my goodness, it was something else. And harmful legislation does nothing but divide and distract, and it keeps us away from the things we should be doing. We should be taking care of our children. We should be looking at the bridges and the roads and the infrastructure of this state. We should be looking at health care. We should be doing all these other things, but we're so busy with the distractions. By the way, I call it the Wizard of Oz syndrome. You know, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain, because the man behind the curtain is bringing us bathroom issues, sanctuary city issues, massive voter fraud issues, Jade Helm issues. Who can forget Jay Helm? The United States is going to attack Texas. We need to send out the National Guard. Oh my goodness. That pink wall again, you know, it's just stuff that somebody made up. It would be amusing if it wasn't harmful, but it's hurting the Texas brand. It's hurting us. We need to do something about it. We need to build a new Texas. Together, we can build a new Texas where a child from Rio Grande Valley who has dirt roads and lives in small houses can have just as much as an opportunity as those of us here in North Texas. We should be able to offer these opportunities. It's time for change in Texas, and we are the ones to do that change. We are the ones that need to bring out the campaign and start doing something about it. Those of us who stand up can do a lot, but we need your help. We can't do it without you. Precinct chairs, those of you that are involved, the unions, all of you people, groups that get involved, we need your help. By the way, at the beginning of my career, I was described as Hispanic, female, lesbian, Democrat. Can I give people more of a reason to hate me? But now that I'm 70, my brother says I have the whole hand. Hispanic, female, lesbian, Democrat, senior citizen. But in the Texas and America that I believe in, it's our differences that makes us stronger. It's our diversity in our discussions that bring us together. It's those things that are different from us that we have to learn about, that brings us together and helps us be better human beings. I am a proud Democrat because I believe and teach tolerance. Good people get tired of doing good way before bad people get tired of doing bad things. We've got to outlast them. At 70, at 80, at 90, we've got to stand up. We've got to do what we need to do to outlast them. Trump wants a wall. We'll give him a wall. We'll give him a wall of millions of people standing up against hate. We'll give him a wall of millions of people standing up against tolerance, for tolerance. We'll give him a wall of people who believe in fairness for everybody. You'll give him that wall. I'm running for governor. My name is Lupe Valdez. I'm in a runoff. I need your help.